Welcome back to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming at you. Thank you to my live audience. Whether you're in chat or you're just at home on your couch watching or driving to work, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to my beautiful replay crew. Throw a little something for you in the replay lounge. There goes the notification that we're live, darling. Now in this, I'm going to do a reading. I'm going to find out, is this real? This whole Nancy Guthrie thing, something's off. What are some of the cards that you will see? Well, when we get into the tarot, if you see the Seven of Swords, that's trickery. That's lying, cheating, stealing. If we see the Magician, that's an illusionist, somebody that tricks you into believing an entire illusion, right? A magician. If you get that New Beginning for Nancy, which is the Fool card, traveling light, right? Starting fresh. Now think about it. If Nancy was possibly needing hospice care, she's frail, right? Could this have been played into a ratings deal, but at the same time, Nancy think that she's being protected because there's a bad guy out there and they're preempting this? I don't know. We're going to find out together. Now, keep in mind, I am not a psychic. I don't play one on TV. I'm not a medium, and I never talk to the dead. I don't do spirit boxes. Jesus is my true savior. And with that, I talk to God. If God wants the cards to come out, they do. And that's it. Whatever cards come out, it's from God, only God. No spirits, no sources. This is just me and Jesus. You can believe however you want. I believe that I have a direct relationship with God, and so do you. We all do. A direct connection. Some of us listen, some of us don't. Some of us are programmed to believe that we can't talk to God when everybody can. Everybody can. All right, my lovelies, and with that, let's get rolling. I want to find out. Everything is in my humble opinion. It's also alleged, right? Now, Tarot's excellent at reading the energy. Show me the situation. Is the Nancy Guthrie case real? We have strangulation. We have family. And we have abuse and neglect. It is interesting that Nancy had that abuse card, up there called the, hotline for if you've been abused card right on her door. And this has come out several times. So maybe there was some hanky-panky that wasn't going right with Nancy. But that's interesting. We're going to push that right up here. And interesting, look, runaway, see? When I first picked up the deck to give it a shuffle, it was the card that said hidden, right? Before I shuffled, first card at the bottom of the deck was hidden. Now I got runaway. Is that what happened? Was there some sort, maybe there was a little bit of a threat against Savannah in some way. Maybe she just, whatever. I don't know. Grandparent affair. I think we're going to find out a lot more about this. The reason the pieces aren't fitting. Why didn't they search for, right? Why didn't they pay the ransom? They said they were gonna, but they didn't. They didn't even give that little nickel to find out if that person knew where Nancy's body was. They never searched for her themselves. They never hired a team to search for her. I just find that strange. So I want to know, is it real? Is the Nancy Guthrie case real? We have the secrets. See, we're going to be opening up the Akashic Records. Why do I say that? Because the High Priestess is the first card out of the tarot with death. So there's a secret about this death. And perhaps this is just scorpionic energy, not the death of Nancy, but the death of the way Nancy was living before. So she has an old life where she lived at the house and so forth. We're going to find out because there is a secret to be had. Otherwise, you don't get the High Priestess. Let's continue. Now, after this, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do another live where I'm going to hand it over to you guys so that you can ask, the private eyes. Whoa, whoa. Cards were like falling. So that you can ask all the great questions because I'm not as good at asking questions. Great tarot reader, but asking questions isn't my thing. You guys are just far better. So the next live, we'll do that. Show me what else the secret is about Nancy Guthrie. There's a secret of a stinky offer. Let me explain this. This person's laying on a coffin, but there's a secret about this laying on a coffin. This person appears to have passed over, but have they really? That's the question that we want to know. Well, in this reading, we're getting the Page of Cups. And if you look, that's a fish inside the cup, which nobody wants a bad fish in a cup. You're not going to hand a cup to someone that has a fish in it because it's a stinky offer. It's something that isn't really cool. It's shady as shit. It's a stinky offer. So we have a stinky offer about, I have a delivery. Sorry about the dogs. Boys, thank you. Jackson, Lucky, that's enough. Thank you. Stop. Boys, come. Come here. Come here, Luck. Lucky, come to Mama. That's enough. I know. Thank you. They're trained to alert. Sorry about that. We are live, right? So we have this laid to rest, Four of Swords. We have the secret, and then we have the Page of Cups, which means it's a stinky secret, something shady, something slimy here, that is all about the secret of what? Laying to rest. Nancy's the only one that's been allegedly laid to rest with a stinky offer. And a secret at that. Show me more about the secret to laying to rest Nancy Guthrie. We have independent. We have somebody standing. All right, that is absolutely. Somebody must be in my yard, y'all. I have to check. I'm so sorry. I will be right back. Oh, I see why. Hold on. I'm going to mute. I said somebody had to be in my yard. The seniors are having their last day of school today, and they all went down to the park, and they're on bikes, motorcycles, everything, and they're doing their parade by my house, and they're hooping and hollering, and my dogs are like, what are you doing? So congratulations to all the seniors out there that are graduating. Congratulations. All right, you guys, let's get back into the reading. So it's interesting. When I'm asking about the secretness, I'm getting this little independent, like a boost. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody that they're all about stability. They're all about foundation. And they are trying to be strong on their own. They're doing it too. So I find that very interesting. If Nancy's so frail and being laid to rest, can't even make it to the mailbox, why I'm getting this independent energy here. Let's continue. How intriguing. Cutting something out. Look at that, the water behind there, somebody's Two of Pentacles. This secret is all about cutting something out. Letting something go. It always comes back to somebody she knows, regardless if it's, they skip town with Nancy or what. All right, so we got the blueprint. There was the plan. There's this premeditated plan we always talk about that comes up in the Nancy Guthrie case. We have the two architects here with the blueprint saying this is how it's got to go. This is the builder. And in this, they're building, right? Three of Pentacles. Here you have two cups. This is intimacy. This is a pledge that these two people make towards each other. This is a planned pledge. What was this plan? What really happened to Nancy Guthrie? Show me the truth. If she, King of Pentacles, we've got this steady, solid energy. This is a masculine energy that has had a long time to just be. This is a masculine energy. Now, in the event that, Nancy's husband passed away early on, she would have taken both the masculine and feminine role. And this shows somebody that's very well in tune with their life. They're secure. They're mundane. They do the same thing over and over again. Not much change. But they're well situated in their life. Doesn't have to be her. It could be a scrubber, right? Just saying. We have a king energy there. Somebody that's a lot of experience, a lot of understanding. What is this king about? So there's this defending oneself. So this King of Pentacles, remember, there's no gender in the tarot. It's just more of a masculine energy. It could be bossing up at work, even being a female. If there's any truth, which we do know the ratings did soar when Savannah was gone, this could be saying, I want to maintain my place. I want to hold my long-term placement, and I'm going to defend it. So I'm just saying, there's a defense here with the Seven of Wands, defending how far you've come. This is something that took a long time to get a hold of that pentacle and get that placement in life. That could be Savannah and her husband, allegedly. The Sun. Legacy. It's also about me, because it's solo, right? It's about me, mine, all that. It's a yes in the deck. It's the clarity when the Sun comes out. There's a clarity of a plan. What is this clarity of this plan with Nancy Guthrie? Abduction, kidnapping. But this is self-imprisonment, and often I read it as the abduction card, but it really is traditionally self-imprisonment. This is somebody so wrapped up in their own mind that they have to take some action to ground themselves. They're losing their shit. This is self-perplexing. If this person is long-term, why are they defending their long-term placement? I'm thinking of the Today Show with the sunshine, you guys. The new baby, the new person, the new hire, which has Savannah locked up in her head, allegedly. Look. This is the children card. This is I've known since I was a child. So if you're that perplexed, you've got this idea that there's something to do. This could be the mother and the child card often. Perplexed. And it's like this aha idea with this plan has to do with mother-daughter. Or a sister, brother. It's family. That's what this is. It's also don't let your past hold you back. Oh, we have another card. I told you. Look, holding back. In the past, the kidnapping when I was a child kind of energy from the book, right? Our cousin Terry would take us far away. We'd phone home to Mom and say, Cousin Terry kidnapped us. So this is an old-time game of kidnapping. That's what made me think of it. And then from the home. From the home. So this can be kidnapping. This is holding on too tight. And this is an old-time game, right? From the book, she talked about it, right? That's what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing that. So that's the aha idea, right? Somebody racking their brain, trying to figure this out. Truth spoken. Queen of Swords, truth speaker. Am I telling is this the truth, right? Is this meaning a confirmation? Yeah, you're right on track. Am I on track with this reading? Give me an ace if I'm getting close. Or a star. Give me a gold star or an ace. 3 of Wands. That's the plan, Stan. That's the plan in action. So it's showing me that the truth of the matter is, the truth of the plan was somebody was racked up in their head. They had to defend a long-standing placement. The clarity was that there was a new baby in town that was cuter than they were, right? So we go back to our childhood. That's what this card symbolizes. Childhood, mother, child, so forth. The games that were played. Holding on too tight. Kidnapping card. At the home. Am I gonna reach it? Look, I told you I was telling the truth. Right? If I'm on track, give me an ace. Well, takes a minute. Ace of Swords, truth. That's the truth card. That is absolute clarity straight up from the universe. A hand from the universe. Handing me the swords, so words I'm speaking of clarity right up to the crown, which is your brain, your knowledge. Was this real abduction with Nancy Guthrie? And thank you. Can you trust the devil? It's saying discern the devil. Discern. In other words, make your choice. Red pill, blue pill. Do you believe it or not? This is up to you to discern. The universe is saying, I'm saying, is it real? The universe is saying, what do you think? You got the devil written all over this. You got somebody questioning if they're as good as Jesus or if Jesus is as good as them. All right. Discern. God's saying discern. You know, I'm not going to say this lightly. I'm just going to say only somebody like the devil is going to downplay Jesus' sacrifice to save our soul. That's how I feel. All right, let's continue. Look here, we got the story. So we've got this in and out pony, unreliability. This is total chaos. This is somebody that's impulsive, that's doing stupid shit. They're off the chart, right? Their horses bucking. They're raring to go. They've got salamanders all over them. This is that chaos of anxiety when things aren't going your way. And you've got to defend 9 of Wands, how far you've come. Because look, you've made a wall so nobody can get in. You've got control of the situation. Did I do something? If it were staged, why is there a porch guy? To assure it's an outsider, right? To assure that everybody believes that it's somebody from the outside. It can never be anybody inside. We have an intruder on the porch, all right? All right, but I'll let you do your own deciding. So we have this, defending ourselves, and look at that, because we're almost washed up. So is there this 10 swords in the back betrayal? That's what we're defending? Is being dead, done, and over, because we're not getting, if we get the star card, you'll know it was for attention. Staged, planted. I always tell you guys that when I get this in the true crime readings, because the seed had to be planted. What do you think of implanted when true crime is rolling around? We got the truth train coming through. We've got these pentacles. This is the money tree. It's also staged because it's planted. You chose where that tree grew, that money tree, by planting a seed. This is staged. King of Wands. There's your actor. Untrustworthy. This is your slick guy. This could be a scrubber. This could be a drug dealer. This is somebody that, they're slick as They're slick as a seal. Want to understand. Now, this deck you may not understand as well, but I've got to use it. And then I'm going to jump over and let you guys ask the questions. What was the motive of Nancy Guthrie being natural world, fertility, fostering, adopting, reproduction, parenting, and nurturing? It's about the children series. It's about the children. Children. I bet it was. Wait a minute. Do you remember to make sure that Savannah made it all about her? She was like, I said to my brother, is this because of me? And he said, perhaps, sweetie. Yes. All about Savannah. Okay. Big energy. Earth, Venus ruler, material world, manifesting. Manifesting is the illusion. I'm not saying manifestation is an illusion, but when you manifest, you are causing a ripple in reality. And you are causing things to change in the material world. Manifest. Second house. That's your material world. That's your Taurus energy. That's, so we have reproduction, children and parenting, and the material world. And finally, life lesson, what occurred in the past, karmic debt, moving away from the lowest point. Look at that, gift from birth, comfort zone, spiritual lesson. I think it's moving away from the lowest point when you found out that your ratings dropped when you weren't there, or went up. Sorry, ratings thrived, went up at your absence. That could be that south node. Let's grab the Truth Oracle. Let's see what pops out. Was this real with Nancy Guthrie? Was this real? Was this real? Last little bit. Last deck I'll use. Pause, journey, new beginnings, rest. There you go. I'm done. That's what I think is happening right now for Nancy. I think she's drinking some hot cocoa, hot coffee, maybe your tea. She's pausing. She's at the end of her journey. She's resting, and she's looking at probably some Palm Beach. Probably been told that, family was in jeopardy. We got to move you, Mom. And you need more care. You need somebody to take care of you. So we're going to move you out here. You won't have to worry about anything, but you'll be safe. That's how I feel. So I'll let you guys discern whatever you believe. Whether you believe I'm absolutely wrong, maybe you feel I need a tinfoil hat, that's fine. Maybe you don't. Maybe you agree. That's fine too. I'm not going to hold it against anybody, but I am going to clean up my cards here. And then I'm going to come around on the next live, and we're going to give you a chance as private eyes to ask the questions. Now, if you're not a private eye, don't worry. You'll still be able to view all the questions and the answers together. And leave your thoughts down below. Now, with that being said, are you guys ready to head over? I want to get started. I don't know. I'll leave you to discern your answer here. I'm not going to draw a summary. It's interesting, though. 222 in this chat right now. How interesting. All right, my loves, with that, I want to wish you all the best if you aren't continuing on. And if you are continuing on, when we get over there, you give yourself a star. And I'll give you the goat for following through all 3 lives with me today. Because that's amazing, and you rock. All right, my lovelies, I will meet you over there. And if you aren't continuing, I will see you most likely tomorrow. Love you. To the moon and back. Thank you, my beautifuls.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemies will think they won, but I'm here to stay. Destiny will overcome. No, I am not afraid. Like a phoenix in the night, my soul will rise from the darkness.